I gotta be honest here, I've never really been into butt stuff. Sorry to disappoint, I never got the appeal. Like, I don't care how hot you are, how clean you claim to be. It's not like you're sterilizing your ass with fire. There's no way you're squeezing your turd cutter into an autoclave, so we just cannot reach the requisite level of cleanliness. I'm like the opposite of Messy Tales, you just gotta keep me away from any possible poop-adjacent surface. And then, you know, a few years ago, it seemed like everybody on the internet got memed into eating ass. Not me, though. And after this story, I think you might reconsider. Today's Tales from the Internet. The legend of the threadworm buttplug. This video is sponsored by Helix. Helix is a premium mattress and a box company that makes mattresses designed to fit your unique needs and preferences based on your body type and sleep position. I've had my Helix mattress for about 10 months now, and it's some of the best consistent sleep I have had. The neck pain I had been experiencing went away pretty quickly, and it's yet to return. The first thing you do is go to their website and take the sleep quiz. Personally, I like a soft mattress and I'm a side sleeper, so Helix determined that their Sunset mattress was the best option for me. Once Helix matches you up with the right mattress, it's delivered right to your door for free in the US. Comes rolled up in a box, and it's super easy to set up yourself. And you get a 100-night sleep trial to see if Helix is right for you. That's more than 3 months. And if you don't like the mattress, they'll pick it up right from your door and issue a full refund. If you do like it, each mattress has a 10-year warranty. Helix has financing options and flexible payment plans, so a great night's sleep is never far away. And as of August 23rd, they even have a special offer where with a qualifying purchase, you could pay as little as $1 a day for your own Helix sleep mattress. This offer ends on September 19th, so you've been waiting around to upgrade your mattress, now's a great time to do it. Just click the link below or go to helixsleep.com/Whang for up to $200 off your Helix sleep mattress and 2 free pillows. I don't know what it is, it just seems like for some reason a disproportionate amount of people on Reddit have worms in their ass. Like you find one story about a Redditor with ass worms and suddenly it just begets a parade of more Redditors coming to share their ass worm stories. One itchy asshole leads to another itchy asshole. Although previously this was an issue that I mainly just associated with Ralph Wiggum.
And when the doctor said I didn't have worms anymore, that was the happiest day of my life.
Thank you, Ralph. Very graphic.
So I guess it makes sense. One that stands out to me a lot, of course, is the threadworm buttplug story. In September of 2014 on r/sex, a post was made by a user named Wormy McBumbum. Obviously a throwaway account for this post, although throughout the years he did use the account a small handful of times to comment on things like motivational wallpapers, a haunted baby, and an AMA by then UK Labour Party Prime Minister candidate Duncan Enright. But this was primarily an assworm-centric account, so he makes a post on r/sex to tell us the story of an encounter he once had with an old fling. It was a very special night. It was a butt stuff night. He details how him and his fuck buddy took a moment to get really clean first, knowing where things were headed. Can't have a dirty asshole, can we? And then it's time to jump into the action. My fuck buddy and I were getting down to it. We both love anal and toys and all things filthy. So, I had been merrily eating out her butt for some time, and something tickled the end of my tongue. Must be a bit of tissue paper, I thought, so I swept it out with my finger. Yep, white, must be tissue paper. Tissue paper, of course, because of this thorough deep cleaning that had occurred. But that being said, you would hope that a thorough cleaning in preparation for, you know, eating the ass, like ice cream, the orifice that shit comes out of, it would be so thorough as to eliminate any sort of debris, tissue paper or otherwise. Some commenters expressed the same sentiment, to which I replied, no poo-poo. Poo-poo. But I digress, you see where this is going. Popped in a butt plug and commenced merrily fucking. You ever see the Coke and Mentos challenge? Picture that, but with an ass full of worms. Then, the plug came out. I thought it would be fun to tie her up, so hands to ankles, ass in the air. Ready for a good old-fashioned ass fucking. A little white thing pops out to say hello, closely followed by another. 2 wriggling pals, tickling her chalky starfish with their hypnotic dance. It's kind of like that scene in The Gate where they move the tree out of the way and it opens up the gate to hell. He didn't provide any pictures, of course, so I've taken it upon myself to provide a visual aid. You're welcome. I promptly lose my erection as I realized these are parasitic worms and I probably had one in my mouth. that wasn't tissue paper after all. I sweep them away. Plug goes back in. Don't want any more of them slipping out. I turn her over and fuck her conventionally. Dump load and go to sleep, feeling all kinds of dirty. Just crawl out of her ass, just fucking recorked it. It's like when you go over somebody's house, break something you don't want to know about it, so you kind of half-assed put it back together and put it behind something and just hope that somebody else deals with it later. Although, granted, they're still sleeping in the bed full of the worms that, if you remember, he just swept them off, so they're crawling around in bed with them. And why post this on Reddit at all? Because he wanted advice on how to tell her that she's infested. Not so much advice given though as it is just people being like, hey, you gotta tell her, man, you're being kind of an asshole. To which he responds by basically saying, come on guys, it's not like it's AIDS or something, just a couple worms. It's also advised that she's gonna need medicine and he's gonna need medicine as well in case, you know, he swallowed one of them. But don't worry, he's all covered. Yeah, I feel like a jerk now for not telling her, especially as I took mebendazole. Mebendazole being the drug you take to kill the worms. So not only did he not tell her, he's holding out on the medicine, and if he eats that ass again, he's just gonna reinfect himself. I know it's horrible, but not particularly dangerous. Kinda assume she must know. To which another now deleted Redditor responded, no, she doesn't know. You think she likes them or something? Funny thing about that, it's not entirely unheard of, especially not on Reddit. Let's take a trip back to 2011 now. Yet another reply thread with Redditors talking about the worms in their asses. This one in a post entitled, What's the Dirtiest Secret You've Promised to Keep? Mr. Twizzle writes, my GF at the time had been Googling white worms coming out my vagina on my laptop. I called her out on it at the same time I called her out on fucking one of my friends behind my back. I promised not to tell anyone. I told everybody. Now, I know it probably felt good to get that kind of comeuppance on someone who cheated on you, but you're not exactly doing yourself any favors. I mean, if your girlfriend had a worm pussy, and you've been fucking the worm pussy, that just tells everyone that you've got a worm pussy dick. Dudes posting their L's at the bar. A few replies down though, someone else doesn't feel as negatively about them. Trouser Demon. Yes, it's called threadworm. I had them in my ass for years. Partly I was too lazy to get rid of them, partly they don't really cause any problems other than being itchy sometimes. And I liked the idea that I was keeping another living creature alive.
I took good care of her.
In the end though, I just took the pill that kills them. The itching got too damn annoying, and I stopped caring about the welfare of tiny, blind, parasitic worms. So you developed paternal feelings for the worms in your ass? I guess I just like the idea of something that utterly depended on my whims for the right to exist. There was a power to it, and the tenderness a god king has for his subjects. Well, most people have kids to get that feeling, but I guess worms in your ass works too. A lot less expensive than having kids too, especially if you leave them untreated. So with that in mind, I know what you're thinking. Why should asses and vaginas have all the fun? Can I get worms in my pee hole? OP mentioned that they were in his girlfriend's vagina. I was wondering if there is/would be any way to encourage the worms to live inside a male urethra. Also, where could one get some of these eggs?
I don't like where this is going.
Do you have to ingest them, or would it be better to put them where you want to go, i.e. insert them directly into urethra/anus/etc.? Because of this comment, I tried to see if you could possibly buy pinworm eggs online, but I'm just finding African nightcrawlers and shit like that. No way you're fitting an African nightcrawler in your pee hole. Actually, what am I saying? We've all seen Kids in the Sandbox. The nightcrawlers, nothing. In any case, it's not like there's a scarcity of assworms going around, so what happens once you have your supplies situated? Your intentions are no doubt creepy as fucking hell, but here we go. Pinworms can travel into the vagina because of its closeness and similarity to the anus. You hear that, ladies? Don't get all high and mighty on me. Your vagina is close enough to an asshole that a worm can't tell the difference. Although apparently they do die in there because there's nothing for them to eat. Ideally. They just want to eat poop. A male urethra is not similar enough to the anus for them to travel there by their own accord. So yeah, sorry to crush your dreams here, but there's probably not a way to infest your urethra with worms. Although now that I've said that, there's probably at least one of you that's going to take that as a challenge. And now, having watched this video, I imagine that there's maybe some of you that are getting a little paranoid. Maybe all of a sudden you start to feel a little something, little itch that you didn't notice before. Maybe there's an itch you did notice before, now it's getting worse. What are the odds that you have worms? As it turns out, at any given time, something like 14% of the entire US population are infested with assworms. And it's estimated that throughout their lifetime, whether or not they realize it, nearly 100% of all people will have them in their lifetime. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out my video about the Jolly Rancher gonorrhea incident. I'm out.